Hello everyone, and welcome to this video in which I will present my investment thesis in Argo Blockchain. As a disclaimer, I have to say that this is not a buy or sell recommendation, and I don't have any position as of June 23rd, and I will start presenting this thesis. The company is based in Quebec, Canada, and it was founded in 2017. It is listed in the London Stock Exchange under the ticker ARB. It is a microcap. It's worth £12 million or $15 million as of June this year, and it's mainly focused in direct mining of cryptocurrencies. The business model is really easy to understand. It mines and sells the cryptocurrency that it mines, primarily Bitcoin. But they also have some machines that mine other currencies. They have three facilities on lease, and they have their mine hardware there. Their business model it's right now focused on direct mining, but 2 years ago it was mass. It's the abbreviation of mining as a service. Then they changed to direct mining, which is more profitable. They mine primarily with ASICs. It's this machine you can see in the top right corner of the slide. They consume a lot of power, around 2,000 watts each. Some more, some less, but approximately 2,000 watts. The reason why they are based in Quebec is that the electricity cost is really low, around 3 to 5 cents US dollar per kilowatt hour, which is really cheap. I think it's the cheapest electricity in the whole North America. And also the cold climate in Canada helps to save money in cooling these machines. They consume a lot of power, so they produce a lot of heat. That must be cool. In this snip that taken from the web page, they say that they have 30 megawatts of mining power, which I will comment later. They have 730 petahash of Bitcoin protocol hash rate and 200 megasol per second in Equihash, which is another algorithm. As you can see here, they are around 0.6, 0.7, depending on the moment of on which day you're looking at, of the entire world mining network. From the reports, you can see that they have this number of machines working right now, 1,100 of T70s, to almost 3,000 of S70s and 1,000 S70 plus. These ones are focused on mining Bitcoin. According to their datasheet, their total power consumption is 13.4 megawatts, and their total hashing power is 664 petahash. And as they said that they have 730 petahash, I guess there are some machines that they didn't specify which were they, so I guess with extrapolating that they are consuming around 37 megawatts. For Equihash, primarily mining Zeta Cash, they have 1,500 Zeta 11s, that's the ones that I showed you in the previous slide, and they have a total consumption of 2 megawatts and a hashing power of 200 megasol per second, as showed in the snip. And considering a 39.4 megawatts at 4 cents per kilowatt hour, they should have around 14 million US dollars per year in electricity costs. This will be used in the future to know which is their electricity cost. They also have a long-term contract with GPU1, and this company is a hosting and server company. So this partnership reduces the hosting and electrical cost. This may explain why they say that they have 30 megawatts of power and they should be consuming around 39 megawatts, because these 9 megawatts should be should be GPU1's electricity cost, or they are connected to GPU1 hosting facilities. In this partnership, what Argo did was to buy around the 0.4% of the company, and they gave a convertible loan with 0 coupon and with maturity in 2027. And if they convert it right now, this should represent the 10% of the company. So virtually right now they have like the 10.4% of the entire company. So there are some important concepts that I think everybody should know. The first one is the Bitcoin hash rate. This is the entire network of Bitcoin hash rate. All the machines are producing right now around 110 exahash, and you can see in the right corner a green square where you can see the Bitcoin halving, where the Bitcoin block reward passed from 12.5 to 625. This made lots of miners unprofitable, so they shut their machines off, and that's why the hash rate dropped so drastically. For example, here what I have done is to predict what should be their mining, how many Bitcoins they mined on May, considering that every day around 144 blocks are mined, which represent 1,800 Bitcoin per halving, and 900 Bitcoin post halving. So considering an average hash rate of 120,000 terahash, like this line you can see here in the first part of May, and around 100,000, like in this red line of hash rate in the second part of May, they should have mined 251.85 Bitcoins, and they reported to mine 2,252 Bitcoins. So it's really accurate, this prediction. Now passing to their financials, this is the cash flow statement, where we can see that most of the capital expenditures has been already done. They have spent around 19 million pounds in hardware and other intangible assets, which is their main investment. And they asked for a loan in 2019, which will be paid in June 2020. And as we can see here in their balance sheet, they have a strong financial position right now. As of April, we can see here that at the end of the year they have very few cash, about 1 million in cryptocurrency that they didn't sell. But as of April, they reported to have 1.5 million pounds in cash and 1 million pound in cryptos. Also, something that is not being clearly shown in the balance sheet, they have 8.5 pound in losses that can be carried forward at a rate of 24%, which it should be that they could impair profits with a value of 2.1 million pounds because of these losses that they had in the past. And I think right now it should be the right moment to predict which should be their business and how their financials should be in the future, because they are on a run rate and they should be profitable. Here I have some scenarios. The first one is the basic one, in which this is what they have right now. I consider that they mine this amount of Bitcoin using the model I showed you earlier. I consider that they sell the 90% of the cryptocurrency mined. Here in the February and March, I said, okay, maybe they should need to sell all their cryptos that they mine, because they need to pay $1.5 million of new hardware, which I included here as a capital expenditures. Also, these numbers, the revenue, It's in line what they reported in their operational updates. They do it almost monthly, and they are really in line what they say. Also, the mining margin is really important. These are really used KPI. Almost all the companies that I have seen that they directly mine use this KPI. Is really useful. And yeah, for example, here the administrative expenses I was based on the values of previous year, and I extrapolated to the future. For example, they said that the consulting fees were really high on 2019, and they should be lower in 2020. So I put just $1 million of expenses, and yeah, these are more, they are quite simple, and they may be another number, and I wouldn't really care, because it's just to show that there is some expenses which are around $4 and $5 million, and just to show them off. And yeah, we can see that using these parameters, right, with the price of Bitcoin fluctuating and then keeping on 9,000, around 9,000, we should be the average price of Bitcoin. We have around $2 million of profit. But in these kind of businesses where they have a lot of hardware depreciating at the 18% of rate according to the English accounting rules, their profit should be very often negative, as you can see here, for example, in these months. But the important parameter we have to be focused is in the cash flow, because this impairment is, as you know, is just something that is inside the accountability, and this is not a real expense. So you should be focusing on the cash flow that generates this business, which is, for example, I think that for this year they should generate $6 million in cash flow, and if we take 1.5 million in the capex that they spent in, they bought some around 1,000 new S17 Plus, which cost $1.5 million, and yeah, this should give us free cash flow to shareholders around $3 million, which is really impressive. I guess that there should be more capex investing, but this is just the basic scenario for 2021. In this case, the hashing rate, the hashing power should be the same, and keeping it in 100,000 global hashing rate. They should have this amount of bitcoins, keeping in a $9,000 each bitcoin price. I think it's not crazy. It should be around that price or even higher. And selling all of the bitcoins they have, they should have this revenue, and they should, keeping all the expenses more or less the same, they should have $6.5 million in cash flow. This should be like the base case, and I mean, I don't think that they will do something like that, not expanding in more machines and keep compounding the all the capital that they should deploy. So yeah, here also, as I didn't told you, that here you have the amount of digital asset that they should have in the inventory here, as they are selling all the mined currencies. They don't increase their digital assets inventory as they should have done in 2020, as you can see here. As the growing scenario, this is the second one. I think this is more real scenario. The difference here is that apart from the this capex of new hardware, they should do it this again in the future, spending 1.5, I don't know, approximately $1.5 million in new machines, so they can grow their hardware amount and their hashing rate. Also, I consider here that they start to sell some cryptos that they had in their inventory to increase their liquidity and to invest more. So they also can have more available cash and to keep this total amount of cryptos under around $1.5 million or so of digital assets ready to sell if needed. Then in 2021 they should have spent this $1.5 million in new S17 Plus machines, which should increase to 800 petahash of hash rate. And considering that the global hashing rate didn't change, that means keeping in 100,000 petahash, they should start having this amount every month of Bitcoin, and this should be the new revenue. And yeah, you can stop the video if you want to check these numbers. In this case, in 2021 they should have around $8.4 million in cash flow, which is impressive. They should here there are so many variables that I don't really know which where to put new capex expenditures and so on, but yeah, the cash flow generation is really impressive, and it is right now the company it's profitable or should be profitable, and I'm really confident in that. Yeah, as highlights, I would like to focus that it's a no-brainer business. What I mean with that is that the mining hardware is just to plug and start mining. You just have to plug it to internet and to the electrical to the wall, and they start to mine. And it is a really strong cash flow generator, as you have seen. There's a lot of amortization, so the profit is not high, but the cash flow it should be really high. As lowlights, there is a lot of non-controlling variables. And what I mean with that is that crypto price is really volatile, and the global hash rate it's dependent to the price, but you cannot change it. What I'm confident with that. I'm confident the company if the crypto price goes down, because what I think that it will happen is that if the crypto price go down, a lot of machines will be shut down, and that will the global hash rate made to decrease. So they will receive a bigger reward in Bitcoin, so they will receive more amount of Bitcoin each month, which they are one of the most profitable players in the game, so I'm really confident on that too. Another low light is that the insiders don't have a skin in the game. They have around 10 to 15% of the shares. So yes, skin in the game is something that which is appreciated as a shareholder. And yeah, the most important shareholder, which has the 14% of the company, has received some allegation in the past of tax fraud and other not that some bad procedures in business in Africa. So not somebody which doesn't give me too much confidence. And this is pretty much what I wanted to present. let me know if there's something wrong or something which is not clear, and please let me know in the comments down below, and see you in the next videos.